Recording live from the Northeast Georgia Business RadioX studio. This is Northeast Georgia Business Radio. Welcome back, folks. Welcome back to another edition of Northeast Georgia Business Radio. We are coming to you live from the beautiful Empower College and Career Center of Jackson County. I have with me a special guest. This is a pretty good guy. I've got to know him a little bit over the last few months, and we're very lucky to have him in here. I know his schedule. I know his schedule is pretty darn busy. We have with us Dr. Philip Brown, Jackson County School System Superintendent. Dr. Brown, how are you, sir?
I'm great, Tom. Thank you for having me today.
Well, I think the thank you is actually on our end. Thank you for allowing us to be in one of your buildings.
Yeah, this is a great opportunity for us to partner with the community and a local business and showcase all the things that we have going on here in Jackson County.
The Empower Center, Jackson County, all the amazing things, it is almost numbing. You're getting it done in Jackson County.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really proud of our organization, proud of our students, the partnership that we have with our community and our parents, and the great things that we're doing for kids each and every day is exciting. It's exciting for our community. It's exciting for our kids. It's exciting for our parents. So I'm glad I can be a part of that.
Now I can call you Philip, right?
You can.
Awesome. Well, Philip, you are the superintendent of a school system in the fastest growing county in the state of Georgia. That's a mouthful, my friend. You just completed your first year. You're coming back for a second year, right?
I am coming back for a second year.
That's good news. But I want to know a little bit about the man. You just didn't blow into town. You've got I hear you've got a history of quote unquote success. I've heard a lot of good things, but no pressure, man. I've heard a lot of good things about you.
I think we'll start with this. I first and foremost am a husband to Catherine.
Nice.
My wife is an elementary school principal in County County and has been for a number of years. We have 4 beautiful kids.
Congratulations.
The boys are the first 3, and so they're LOL, laugh out loud.
Absolutely.
Landon, Owen, and Lincoln. Landon's 12, Owen's 10, Lincoln is 7, and Annabelle is our baby girl, and she is 1. So she's being spoiled every day by her brothers.
I bet.
And she's getting taken care of. So I think everything for me starts with them and their support and allowing me, because this really is a family deal. I mean,
sure.
I'm here and do my job, but at the end of the day, the support from them and their ability to remind me that it's just a job and you take it serious, but you also want to have fun with your family. You also want to see your kids grow up. And I think that's what many families in Jackson County want. They want to see their kids happy. They want to see them successful. They want to see them in a good spot in school. And I think that's our responsibility as educators is to provide those opportunities.
Right,
and so
right.
that's kind of me personally. I come from Valdosta down in South Georgia, so grew up there.
Mm-hmm.
Had a great experience as a student growing up there, and went to Valdosta State. And Catherine and I decided after I'd been teaching a few years, and she as well, that we'd move to the Athens area to go to school at UGA to finish our graduate degrees.
Nice.
And I started 2 years before her, and she finished 2 years before me. So that's not good. But when I started first and she finished first,
we'll gloss over that part.
We'll leave that off the segment. But awesome opportunity to move to Athens. Was in County County for a number of years.
Long time.
Yeah, math and science teacher there. Moved into administration as an assistant principal for a year, and the principal that hired me, she told me that she would be there 5 years and get me trained up, and hopefully I'd have an opportunity to get the principal job. And she left 6 months after she said that and moved over to Clark as an elementary school principal. And I don't know what that superintendent was thinking, hiring a 28-year-old to be a middle school principal. But
man.
There we are. Did it for a couple years, and then
Nice.
The opportunity opened up at North Oconee. That school is in a great location, a great situation, and I was the 8th principal, I think, in 7 years, counting all the interims that they had. So came in, provided some stability, was there for 11 years, amazing teachers and kids. And then this opportunity came available, and I think anytime you see an opportunity out there for your family that's going to help
Oh, absolutely.
And this was one, and I think it's a perfect fit. This community
Good,
for my
good.
personality,
Good.
and what's required of the job right now as far as what's happening from a growth standpoint and an opportunity to enhance the student opportunities within our system. It's a perfect fit for me and my family.
That's awesome. So you're going to have 3 teenagers at once as they get
Yeah,
a little
we
bit
don't really
older.
want to talk about
No,
the
you don't. You
the
don't wanna talk-
automobile insurance.
You don't want to talk about that at all.
We don't.
So what's the part-time job going to be?
That's a great question. That's a great question.
But just wait. Hey, just wait till that little girl gets a little bit older,
Oh yes.
and she runs them 3 boys.
She pretty much runs the household yet.
Already?
Yeah, so we're already there.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, congratulations on the family. And coming up to Jackson County, I think you picked a great place. I've been here for quite a while. It's a great community, very into their school systems. Well, we're the only county with 3 school systems.
That's correct.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone else wants to even challenge that record. They're like, no, Jackson County, you have that. But tell me what's going on with Jackson County schools, man. What's going on inside?
Since I got here in June this school year, we grew 767. I think is the total number of students that we grew from the previous year. We topped 10,000.
Yeah,
and
that's a big percentage though from where you were.
Yeah, so
It's not like you had 40,000 kids.
No, and we've got individual schools that are growing at significant pace.
Right.
I mean, you've got North Jackson that's growing at almost 20% in the Pendergrass area. With that growth, it presents certain challenges. It also presents a tremendous amount of opportunity.
Oh yeah.
I feel like we've been able to recruit some amazing folks to come in.
Nice.
We've been able to promote some people into leadership positions that were already here that we're excited about seeing them progress and grow. At the end of the day, I'm here for kids, and the
Right.
opportunities that we provide for kids is where my focus is, and we're going to work, and I think that we've proven this, and we'll continue to prove it each and every day, that we're going to work extremely hard to provide them with the best. And I think that was the good thing for me coming in as a high school principal is I'd seen a school at a very high point, and so having that perspective and bringing that, it's been great. Nothing happens without working together as a team.
It's not about one person.
And I can tell that Philip is just one person, and he's going to do his best just to help kids and focus on our team and what we can do to make our team better each and every day. So
Nice.
good things are going on. We open a new middle school this coming August. We open Legacy Knoll Middle
This
School.
summer.
Is on Skelton
Yeah.
Road. We
Yeah.
should be finished with that. Carroll Daniel is the construction company that's working on that. They should be finished with that in the next couple of weeks, and we'll get the furniture
Nice.
moved in. And
Nice.
excited to have that middle school on board. West Jackson Middle School has been overcrowded for a few years. 20-plus trailers on campus. It's been, I think June the 12th is the moving day to see those mobile units get moved off campus, which is an exciting
That is an exciting
time.
day. I'm with you on that.
Move those out, and then we'll open Legacy Knoll, which will be tremendous. We've already broken ground on Heroes Elementary School, which is right there on 332. That is scheduled to open in August of 24.
Next year.
So
Nice.
building 2 schools at
In
one
14
time.
months, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so we could potentially, I think when I got here, we had about 55 trailers on our campuses. And I think we could start August of 24 with 0.
0.
Which is
That's a number I like.
that's a number we're working towards.
That's a number I like, yeah.
I think our community can be extremely proud of that.
You had trailers here at the Empower Center.
We did.
And those are gone.
We got rid of
since
those
I've been
and cleaned
here.
it up. And, it's just enhancing the look. There are so many people in our community that drive by our schools every day.
Right,
And
right.
they don't have an opportunity to go inside.
Right.
And so they make assumptions and thoughts about what happens inside of the schools about the way they look. And so
I'm with you. I'm definitely with you on that.
so how from an appearance standpoint, a landscaping standpoint, what do our schools look like? And so we have to have pride in that and look at that and make sure that the way in which they look reflects what happens inside.
Gotcha. Hey, it's been a long time since I was in school, but I never enjoyed learning in the tin can. I never did, having to go outside. Well, I guess in high school you went outside a lot to change classes. I didn't say cut classes. But being in those trailers, it was just something, I never enjoyed it. I don't know any child that enjoys being in a trailer. It's not the same.
it helps for kids to be inside the school building.
Yeah.
So it
I
creates
love that
community.
philosophy.
It creates. Let me say this, and I think this is an important anecdote. The teacher in our schools make or break our students' experience.
Every time.
And so hiring the best, retaining the best, recruiting the best teachers, that is, we can talk about facilities and the importance of facilities, and they are important. But make no bones about it, the teacher is the most important person inside that school building who's, every bit of research that we have shows that the number one predictor of student achievement with our students is our teachers.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. And I take for granted you are, with all these opportunities and opportunities in Jackson County, you have to be attracting some of the best.
Yeah, I think we're in a good spot.
That's exciting.
It is to be able to hire really well, and I think personnel wise, if you look at our budget, it's a reflection of our values. 88% of our budget goes to our people.
Right.
And so it's important that we're able to recruit and retain. I think sometimes people just talk about recruitment and they don't think about the importance of retaining high quality staff.
Retention is important in any organization, any business, even a school system. Let's get back to something real quick. I don't believe you mentioned. You've got a 95% graduation rate in Jackson County, do you not?
We have.
That to me, that's an impressive number. I know nothing. All right.
Yeah.
Isn't that an impressive number? I think that's a great number.
It is, and it's a number that you hope ticks up every year.
You always want improvement, regardless of what you're doing.
And really, that's a reflection of a K-12 endeavor.
Okay.
That's just not a high school. Graduation progress and working towards graduation just doesn't happen at the high school level.
Right.
It's really important to understand that when kids walk in, we've got kids starting in pre-K and preschool. Mm-hmm. The importance of that as they transition into elementary school and on to middle school and then into high school. So at the same time, the importance of our staff building relationships with our students. One of the things that we did this year that was a new thing is our seniors had an opportunity to give what we called a Golden Apple Award.
Nice.
Which is the faculty or staff member at any level, K-12, who had the most impact on them as a student. And so it was really neat to watch our seniors take those awards and fill them out, write their teacher's name, administrator's name, counselor's name on there, sign those awards, and then present them to their teacher or staff member who had that dramatic impact on them. It's a reminder to say thanks. I think it's important to teach kids math, science, social studies, and language arts. It's also important to teach kids the human side of being respectful and also understanding that there are people who've given things, who've donated, who've given time, who've given their Sunday afternoons to help them. When I talk to students, I like to say this, how much does your education cost this year?
Right.
And, you hear a lot of students say, nothing. And finally, I think many of the kids I've spoken to figured it out. The cost of education in round numbers this year, around $12,000 for a kid to go to America's public or to go to Georgia's public schools. It's not free. I mean, there are people that are making sacrifices every day who are paying taxes, who are paying property taxes to give kids the opportunity to have a public school experience. And we want it to be a positive experience, but we also want them to understand that it's not free, that people are making sacrifices every day for them to have.
And it's not just money.
It's not just money.
It's not just dollars.
It's time, it's energy, it's passion, it's resources, all those things that go into a quality education.
Now, you've got the school system raising money for the United Way. I don't think a lot of people realize you guys are doing that. There's a program going on.
Yeah, we've
you raised almost $12,000, I think.
We did. We raised over $11,000 this year, and that's just our employees giving back. I mean, caring people who understand the importance of nonprofit organizations like United Way, and see the value in giving back to their community.
Yeah, and as you teach that to the students, boy, that, like you said, you want to teach the math, the arithmetic, all that stuff. But the value of respecting your community, loving your community. The value of giving back, man, those are intangible things that you're getting across. That's awesome, man.
And yeah, I think this is important for leadership, but it's also important to teach kids.
They're our future leaders, man.
They are, and to teach them that. I mean, here's some staggering numbers.
Yeah.
Our transportation department drove 1.6 million total miles this year.
Wow.
We averaged 8,908 miles a day. So our buses are traveling 8,900 miles a day. Our school food nutrition staff, they served 1.5 million meals this year.
Just in Jackson County.
Just in Jackson County.
Wow.
So 8,481 meals served on a daily basis, 3,600 meals served at breakfast. And I think that helps put it in perspective from an organizational standpoint. We can talk about schools being a business or not being a business. It is a business.
Yeah, it is.
It's also a service.
Right.
And we want an educated society, and the way in which we do that is we've made investments in public education in Jackson County and in Georgia. All of these things contribute to providing students with that quality education. When we talk about bus drivers, they're the first people that our students often see. They're the first representative that they see from our school district. They're also the last representative, many of them.
Yeah.
And so it's important for them to understand how critical they are in our organization. It's also important for our students to understand how many of these individuals have other opportunities right now, whether that be in business or other places for employment, and how the fact that they've chosen us and to serve our kids is very valuable and meaningful.
I got you. Man, that sounds good. I like it. If we haven't covered it, what are some of the challenges that you're facing right now?
You know,
I mean, other than striving every day to be better, we should all be doing that. I get that. But what are you facing right now?
I mean, with the significant growth, being able to forecast, one of the things that we had our local county government help us and partner with us on is they provided us with a map, and it's got dots for every neighborhood that is on the books for the next couple of years,
right,
and how many units are going up in those places. And so being able to predict and forecast how many students we could potentially have next year, what schools that they would be in, what grade levels those kids would be at, that's going to give us a better idea, so that we can make sure that we're adequately staffed. We make sure that, that if we have to have mobile units at one of our elementary schools, that we have those available. So those are all the kind of things that are keeping me up at night, trying to think through as we get closer and closer to next August.
Stay ahead of it. Man, that's a lot.
It's fun.
That's a lot.
You
smile when you say that. I'm glad you're smiling.
It's the challenge is invigorating, and it's exciting to see. I think a great representation, I should say, of that process is graduation every year.
Yeah.
And sitting on that stage and watching those seniors walk across the stage and shake your hand, and tell you thank you, and you just think about the opportunities that those kids are going to have because of what happened inside the walls of the building.
Right.
You take what's happened here with our business partnerships at Empower, and the career tech and agricultural education programs that our students have opportunities to be a part of. Those programs, as well as the career tech student organizations like FFA and healthcare science. Those are important aspects. I think sometimes people think about just the school part and the athletic part, but there's the fine arts part of the band, the chorus, drama programs. Those are critical. One-act play, literary teams. At the same time, your career tech student organizations, those clubs are really important. Beta Club, National Honor Society, Science Club, Math Club. All of those opportunities that kids have outside of school are valuable as well.
Nice. Yeah, let's get them ready. Let's get them ready for quote unquote life, and let's make sure they come back and stay in Jackson County. Get your education. Go to college wherever you want, but come back here to Jackson County. Be a part of it.
One of the new programs that we'll have here at Empower next year is a public safety pathway.
Right.
Public safety, firefighting, local law enforcement, those sorts of things, and it's been challenging to be a law enforcement representative for the last few years.
Yes, it has.
And so I think it's valuable. And I mean, even the naming of Heroes Elementary School. Mm-hmm. As a community, our board thought it was important to show the significance of people who are local heroes that our kids see each and every day.
Nice.
Whether that's Sheriff Mangum or her staff or the different firefighting entities we have in our community,
Right.
The healthcare workers, our teachers. Those are local people that we see every day, and the hero's word doesn't oftentimes get attached to them.
Right.
But that's unfair because they are deserving of that, and the sacrifices that they make to better our community and provide a service.
A lot of thankless things they do.
They do.
A ton of things. So that's what the school's named after.
It is.
That's what I had no idea. Oh, that's cool, man. That was a genius idea.
Yeah, it wasn't mine.
It's still a genius idea.
But it
I
just,
love it.
I think it ties in.
It does. It definitely does.
To the values of Jackson County.
Yeah.
And the things that we hold dear. So it's exciting.
Nice. Well, Dr. Brown, what did we forget before we get out of here? Is there anything else you wanted to tell the folks before we run off?
I'll say this. I think the partnership with parents and community and the school district are essential in growing and developing and maturing communities. And I think that's what this is. And so I want to say thanks for the support, and my family has definitely enjoyed. I have those three boys that are in the community. They're in the schools. The oldest attends East Middle School, and the two younger boys go to South Jackson Elementary School. But their experience has been a very positive one this year.
Nice.
And so it's been good. It's a good situation. We're excited about the future of Jackson County and our school district, and appreciate the opportunity to be with you today. My grandfather used to often say I had a face for radio.
We all do.
So
we all do.
Here we go.
Well, Philip, thank you so much for being with us today. They're going to play my music, and he said, "Oh, there it is." Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Philip Brown, our Jackson County School Superintendent. Philip, thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the opportunity to be with you today.
I'm Tom Sheldon. We'll talk to you soon.